Hello YouTube. It has been about almost a month since my last video. It really went by kind of quickly. Now the first thing you'll notice about this video is that you can't see me. And I'm doing that mainly because this is the last week before my classes end, and as any fellow procrastinator will know, that means that this week is crunch week. So that equals no sleeping and, well, no hygiene. So, I can't say I look particularly great right now with a beard, messy hair, and dark spots under the eyes. You get the point. But anyway, I'll be narrating this entire thing instead of showing myself, so that should make for a fun change. Anyway, first thing I want to mention is that that tutorial for the Matrix flying that I keep promising everyone, I swear to God I will get to it. I've been extraordinarily busy with all my homework and assignments and whatnot, but I have been thinking about it, and I will probably have to upload it in about maybe 2 to 3 parts. It depends on how long it takes, so don't expect that for like at least another 2 weeks. Aside from that, I got a message on YouTube a couple of weeks ago from one of my subscribers challenging me to make this shield thing from Halo 3. Now, being the competitive son of a bitch that I am, of course I wanted to try it. Now, I don't have either of my cameras with me. I haven't had them for almost 2 months now, which is driving me nuts because those are pretty much my only hobbies. But, so I had to stick with using a still image. So I found that very popular image of Master Chief from Halo 3, and I tried to make, I guess, a general shield effect over it, and you can see that here. Welcome to After Effects CS5. I love this thing. Not really that much different from CS4, but it's got some cool features like Roto Brush and whatnot, and all 64-bit. I think it's 64-bit. Aside from that point, as you can see here, I have this image that I was just talking about, and you can see already that there's some distortion on it from what is the shield effect, and if I play it, oh my god, it's moving. And if you look at the corner here, you can see those I think they're pentagons or hexagons. I don't really feel like counting at the moment, but those are obviously based on the ones in the original image, and I made those in Photoshop, and I ended up making this texture map thing of the oh yeah, they are hexagons. Yeah, hexagons. I made a texture map of just a grid of them, and then where is it? Nope, that's the wrong one. Made it into a sphere, which rotates. Composited that onto the picture, added displacement maps, yada yada, and you get the final result. You know, I really have to start labeling these things and getting too disorganized. But aside from that point, that's the general effect. Once I get my cameras here, if I ever get my cameras here, I will try and do a live action one. Again, I can't guarantee it that I will have the time to do it, but, you know, we'll see. Anyway, I'm sure that a lot of you who have been following me for a while are curious what I've been doing in my college experience in terms of what I'm learning. And I'm currently taking 2 classes because the classes switch out every month. And this month I have Fundamentals in Art 1 and actually that's the wrong name. Whatever, it's a traditional art class and a 3D fundamentals class. The traditional art class, I will be blunt, I really do hate it. I can't draw for my life, and that's really what they expect. That's the entire class, is just drawing, and I've never hated the concept of a still life more so than I do now. But that's that class. My 3DF class, we are learning Maya, and we only have a month to learn it. And in this class, we have to make a simple, what the hell's the term? 3D model with a small poly count. And for those of you who don't know what that is, a 3D model is made up of tons and tons and tons of polygons. And obviously the more polygons that there are, the longer it takes for the computer to process them. So being that this is a basics class, we have to keep our models at a very small poly limit, which means they're going to be a little jagged and not particularly pretty. But my first model was a character model, and that looks like that. Here we are. So first of all, those of you who don't know, this is the Maya interface. It's actually not as bad as it may look, but still learning. Anyway, so this is my character. Not particularly complex, only one finger, and even that finger's a little thin. Perfectly symmetrical. Very sharp buttocks, but we're not, judging or anything. So this is the character. As I said, nothing particularly special. The next thing we had to do was add a rig. So that rig, if I can find the folder, looks like this. There we are. So that's what the rig looks like. If I grab onto one of these little X's or plus marks and rotate, I can make the shoulder move. And on the legs we have these special kinds of movement objects called IK. And what that does is if I select this little circle here and then move it, I pretty much programmed in this structure that'll make the leg move in a very different way. I really wish they would have let us put it on the arms, but we're not allowed to unless there's a good reason to for our animation. But the end result of all of this modeling and rigging is we have to make a 6-second animation and of our character doing some absurd topic that they give us or action that they give us, and the action I chose to do was Superman ripping a vault door off of a wall. So the first thing I had to do was storyboard that. So if you look at my storyboards, nothing particularly special again, but shows the character. I decided to have him flying from the side instead of walking because I'm just insane. But character flies in from the right, lands. I've got these, pretty arrows of motion. Grabs onto the vault door, thrusts it towards the camera, and then flexes triumphantly. Being that this is a very professional school, we have to keep this the storyboards in a specific format. So you get to see a little bit of how this kind of stuff is done. Anyway, I've discovered that the process of animating when not using motion tracking is a bitch, and it takes forever. So if you would like to see where I am with it now... Okay, this is my scene if I go to the 4-view mode. Okay, so this is my scene. There's my character in my environment. If you're wondering what the red box is, that's just meant for reference. We animate that first to figure out where the position of the character is going to be, and then just match that up when we actually do the character animation. If I go to this, if you can see, I'll just delete this for the sake of the video. But as you saw by my storyboards, you're supposed to fly in from the right, land, and then grab the door. So, hello. Boom, lands, grabs the door, and this is as far really as I've gotten without animating anything else. And then he's going to thrust the door at the camera, or hurl might be a better term for that. But I haven't animated the door yet because that's just going to be a completely different situation altogether. I also made this model. We're not allowed to use bump maps, and a little bit later I'll be showing just some of the examples of my other versions of this where I screwed around in Maya a little bit and did use a bump map, and it looked all pretty and shiny and reflective. But we're not allowed to do that because this is a basics class. So I ended up having to build the tiles into the geometry, as you can see, and that shot my polygon count up way too high, so I actually had to mess with this for a long time in order to get it to fit. But so yeah, I made this and the door, and if you rotate the door, even though it's going through my character right now, we're not looking at that. You can see it's got this nice beveled inside, and there's even a small room in here, even though it's going to be shadowed in the final render. So yeah, this is what I got so far. It's still very rough. Remember, this is the first time I've ever really animated a 3D character of this complexity without any animation knowledge prior. It's not coming out bad so far. So I guess that's pretty cool. In the meantime, I will slap up some screenshots here of test lighting and shaders that I've been doing lately, and just let me know what you think. So that's it. I don't think I'll be uploading another video for at least a couple of weeks. As I said, that I'll probably, not definitely, but it'll probably be the tutorial for the Matrix thing. In the meantime, enjoy your YouTube adventures, you YouTubers. Bye for now.